Motivation is a lie. It shows up when it feels like it and it leaves the exact same way, right when you need it most. The tiger doesn't wait to feel motivated to hunt. It doesn't need a pep talk. It doesn't scroll through quotes at 2 a.m. hoping for inspiration to strike. It doesn't check if today is a good day first. It moves because moving is who it is. That's the difference between a tiger and everyone else. Waiting for Monday, waiting for the right mood, waiting for motivation that never shows up on time. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Motivation was never designed to carry you. It's a chemical spike, not a strategy. It's supposed to fade. What's supposed to take over after it fades is discipline, and almost nobody builds that part on purpose. Today, I'm breaking down the tiger mentality. 5 brutal, simple principles that replace motivation with something that actually works. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly why you keep starting over and exactly what to install instead.
A tiger doesn't announce the hunt. It doesn't roar before it moves. It doesn't tell the jungle its plans. By the time anyone notices the tiger, the work is already done. Compare that to how most people operate. They post the goal before they've done a single rep toward it. They talk about the business before they've made a single sale. They need an audience to validate the plan before they even start, because deep down, the talking feels like progress. It isn't. And there's actual psychology behind why this backfires. When you announce a goal publicly, your brain gets a small hit of social recognition. People react, comment, congratulate you. That reward registers in your brain almost like you've already accomplished something. So the motivation that was supposed to fuel the actual work gets spent early on the announcement instead of on the grind. The tiger never gets that shortcut. It can't explain itself to the jungle, so all of its energy goes into one place, the work. That's the principle. Your prep happens in silence. No announcements, no explaining yourself, no permission seeking. You move first and you let the results speak, because results are the only language that can't be argued with. Stop narrating your goals. Start executing them. Talk after, if at all, and only when there's proof to back it up.
Tigers can wait motionless for hours for the right moment to strike. Not because they're lazy, because they know a wasted move costs them the kill and possibly the meal they needed to survive the week. Most people do the opposite. They chase every shiny opportunity. New year, new goal. New month, new system. They switch strategies every 2 weeks because the results didn't show up on day 3. That's not drive. That's impatience wearing the costume of ambition. Here's what makes it worse. Every time you quit a strategy early and switch to a new one, you reset the clock to 0. Compounding doesn't work on a system you abandon before it compounds. You're not failing because your plan was wrong. You're failing because you never gave any single plan enough time to actually prove itself. Discipline is choosing the same target, the same habit, the same unglamorous work for longer than it's comfortable. Not because you feel inspired every single day, but because you decided once and you don't renegotiate with yourself every morning. Think about it this way. The tiger doesn't renegotiate mid-stalk just because it's uncomfortable to stay still. It committed to the wait the moment it spotted the target. You have to commit the same way before the discomfort shows up, not after. Pick one target. Commit to a timeline longer than your current patience allows. Then don't blink, even when week 2 feels boring and week 3 feels pointless. That's exactly when most people quit, right before it would have worked.
Tigers are solitary hunters. They don't move in packs, they don't need the group's approval, and they definitely don't hunt because everyone else is hunting. Most people build their goals off comparison. They start the gym because their friends started. They chase a niche because it's trending. They abandon it the second the crowd moves on to the next thing, because the goal was never really theirs. It was borrowed. Borrowed goals have a short shelf life. The second the social proof disappears, your friend quits the gym, the trend dies down, the group chat goes quiet, the motivation disappears with it, because it was never internal to begin with. It was rented from the people around you. The tiger mentality means your target is yours, not because it's popular, not because it's validated by a group chat. You move alone if you have to, for as long as you have to, because the goal doesn't depend on company to stay alive. Ask yourself, would you still chase this goal if no one ever found out? If the answer is no, it's not your goal. It's a performance, and performances end the moment the audience leaves.
Here's where people misread the tiger mentality completely. They think it means going hard all the time, grinding 24/7, no rest, pure aggression. That's not a tiger. That's a burned-out animal that dies of exhaustion before the season ends. A tiger conserves energy almost the entire day. It rests, it observes, and when the moment is right, it commits with total explosive force for seconds, not hours. That's calculated aggression. Most people apply the opposite pattern to their goals. Low-effort motivation stretched thin across every single day until they're mediocre at everything and exceptional at nothing. They confuse constant activity with actual progress. The tiger mentality means most of your time is spent in quiet preparation, and a small percentage of your time is spent going all in with total intensity on the moves that actually matter. Not everything deserves 100% of your energy, only the moment that decides the outcome does. Identify the 20% of your effort that actually moves the result. Rest everywhere else. Go all in only there.
Here's a fact most people don't know. A tiger's hunt fails roughly 90% of the time. 90%! And yet, tigers survive, generation after generation. Why? Because failure doesn't cost them their identity. A failed hunt doesn't make a tiger doubt whether it's a predator. It resets, conserves energy, and waits for the next opportunity, with zero emotional residue from the miss. Compare that to how most people handle failure. One missed workout turns into a week off. One bad sales call turns into, maybe I'm just not cut out for this. One rejection turns into an identity crisis. The failure isn't what stops people. The story they tell themselves about the failure is what stops them. The tiger mentality treats failure as data, not verdict. 90% of attempts not working isn't a reason to quit. It's the baseline cost of getting the 10% that do. After a setback, ask only one question. What does the next attempt need to look like? Not, what does this say about me? Reset like the hunt never happened, because to the next opportunity, it didn't.
Motivation is a spark. It's loud, it's exciting, and it burns out in a weekend. Discipline is the fire that doesn't need an audience, doesn't need a mood, and doesn't ask permission. Let's put the whole tiger mentality together. Move in silence while you prepare. Wait with total patience for the right moment. Chase your own target, not a borrowed one. Go all in only where it counts. And when the hunt fails, because it will most of the time, reset without a story attached to it. That's not a personality, that's a system. And systems can be built by anyone willing to stop waiting for motivation to install it for them. If this actually shifted something for you, subscribe, because this channel is built entirely around this mindset. And next week's video goes even deeper, the exact daily routine that turns this from a mindset into a habit you don't have to think about anymore. Comment one word below. Which principle do you personally struggle with the most? Silence, patience, solitude, intensity, or recovery? I'll read the comments and might make the next video based on what comes up the most. Move like the tiger. Not loud, not needing permission, just relentless.